Yeah, I think about the way the world is going in sales a lot, right? Because we're working on a new book. And one thing I've noticed, you probably have too, is how overwhelming and busy the world has gotten. How many things are vying for our attention. And there's too many things to be done. And I think it's very easy, especially when we're overwhelmed with so many good options of what to do, how to grow the company, what tools to use, or what our people should do, is to forget that it's just because we can do something doesn't mean that we should do something, right? For example, you can do too many types of lead generation. Just because you can create content, it doesn't mean you should create content. It's a choice between which channel should we invest in. Just because you think you can configure technology doesn't mean you should do it. And if it's not something that's a core competency, whether it is a certain type of marketing or a certain type of product development or managing your systems internally, it's always better to find someone who is really good at that step, that function, that area, and get their help to do it, whether that's an employee or a contractor or a partner. And for Receita Previsível, our go-to partner for helping companies who implement frameworks, sales frameworks, our framework is CRM7, right? They not only have studied predictable revenue, Receita Previsível, for years and often have helped implement that, but they've taken their years of expertise with a sales process and seeing what works and doesn't and turned it into their own sales framework, such as sales. We also have implemented. So our CRM, right, Zoho, we had CRM7 implement their framework into our CRM. Because when you're trying to get something right, it's not worth the effort to try to get all the little details unless, again, it's a core competency. And more often than not, configuring your systems is not your core competency. So a CRM7 with their set sales framework is, again, it's our go-to recommendation for companies who are trying to get their technology to work for them, to use a sales framework and a sales system that removes all the guesswork out of what steps should we take, not just with our sales process, but how we translate that to our technology. And this has been proven over hundreds of clients and for many years, again, to the point where we have used them ourselves. When we find companies who are looking to take a framework, a sales framework, and make their technology work for them, right, to implement it into a CRM effectively so it just works, right, our go-to partner is CRM7, right? And we believe in them so much that we use them to implement their sales framework within Receita Previsível. Because it's just too confusing. There's too many things that can go wrong. And there's no point to take the time and energy to try to figure out all the little steps of what sales framework should you use and how you translate that to your CRM.